and denying everything. It was very funny that, well, it solved a difficult problem, everything solved up. We didn't provide the exploit. But that's sometimes funny way of SS7 working. You inject somewhere, and it goes to multiple things. At least the signaling equipment that does the call, at least the billing equipment that actually generates CDRs or are mediating CDRs or stuff like that, and sometimes interception devices, and sometimes also test equipment. On a SS7 network, you never have a SS7 network which is not in transition to something else. So there's always some equipment being phased out, always some equipment being phased in, or installed. And at the same time, it's very difficult to control exactly where your messages are going. So you have to be very careful in the control of the mission. And now what we're going to talk about is actually the scanning and hacking of SS7 core network. So here, I'm talking about being a legitimate peer, abusing peer inside the SS7 network. We can rest on, well, physical lines, with their physical dialect of SS7, or SIGTRAN, and SIGTRAN is really speaking over IP. The problem is, okay, illegal connection to this network, well, sometimes it's as easy as an SQL injection. We've seen cases where the core network, so the thing that is doing crazy things such as making all the phone of one city ring once, and that's the kind of thing that you can do with SS7. Well, it was protected as much as doing SQL injection on the MMS gateway, on the internet, and then going from there to the SS7 network. That was the level of protection, no internal firewall, nothing. So you see that sometimes the security is really bad. And once you're, let's say, in Pakistan, on a core network, you can inject message that will reach the inside of the core network of, let's say, France Telecom, WIG, or Orange, or SFR, because you're injecting as a legitimate peer. Consulting, very interesting. Okay, where P1sec is doing telco consulting and pen test on SS7. Please, guys, join us, because that's a pain. People are as reluctant to test their network as it was about IP networks in the 80s. Pen test? That's illegal. I heard that in the 80s. Now I am hearing this on SS7 network, which basically doesn't make sense. And the people are very like, okay, can you show me the X dump of each packet that you're going to send on the network? I'm scanning. Yesterday I sent 50,000 packets, and I was very slow because like, I want to see the packets. I'm keeping at it. Heard very interesting basically exchange where peering just to get the connection would take 1 week of constant meetings between teams, security teams and telco teams. Now they're merging some teams inside the telco. Back in the days, like I'm talking maybe 2 years ago, in a lot of telcos, there was IT team and there was telco team. Telco team was speaking SS7, IT team was speaking IP. And when some IT guy went to the telco guy and said, oh, we have this problem, and like, oh, you're the guy from what's the name? IP network. Yeah, you're the guy who is making our printer work. So it's really like, we're the king of the walled garden and you're shit. And basically what happens is that now these teams are being merged, and that helps from a security standpoint. Now you can gauge the security maturity of a telco very quickly by seeing the organizational patterns inside the telco. So yeah, consulting hard. But then we're like, okay, it's painful, but we can automate the scan and basically pen test as we did. So that's a pitch that I know how to make. Basically, when I was tired to do pen tests in Intrinsec, I created Qualys in order to automate it and not have the core of writing reports. And that's how Qualys was born.